When we left off, Cracker Barrel had just unveiled its brand new logo, and the internet was on fire. Fans were angry. Politics got involved. The stock took a hit, and the company scrambled to defend its decision. But that's only the beginning of this story. Because to really understand why people are so upset and why this moment matters, we need to go back in time. Let's take a step into the history of Cracker Barrel itself. Founded in 1969 in Lebanon, Tennessee, Cracker Barrel started as a small roadside restaurant designed to give travelers a taste of home cooking. From the very beginning, its brand identity was about tradition, comfort, and Americana. The original logo was simple, just a name written in rustic lettering. But it quickly evolved into a version most of us know today. Uncle Herschel leaning on a wooden barrel, with Old Country Store written underneath. That logo lasted for more than 50 years. Think about that for a moment. 5 decades of consistency. Families grew up seeing that logo. Children became parents, and then grandparents, eating at Cracker Barrel and associating that warm, folksy image with family road trips, holidays, and Sunday dinners. That's why the sudden change in 2025 hit so hard. It wasn't just a logo shift. It felt like losing a part of American nostalgia. But why do logos trigger such strong emotions? Psychologists say it's because logos are tied to memory. They act like visual anchors. When you see the golden arches, you don't just think of McDonald's. You think of childhood meals, Happy Meals, and road trips. When you see the Starbucks mermaid, you think of mornings with coffee or late night studying. Logos are shortcuts to memories, and Cracker Barrel's was one of the most powerful of all. Removing Uncle Herschel felt like cutting away the emotional heart of the brand. And Cracker Barrel isn't the first company to learn this lesson the hard way. Remember Gap's infamous logo change in 2010? They swapped their iconic blue box for a modern font with a tiny square. The internet backlash was so overwhelming that Gap reversed the decision within 6 days. 6 days. That fiasco is now taught in marketing classes as one of the worst rebrands in history. Then there was Tropicana in 2009. They redesigned their orange juice cartons, dropping the classic orange with a straw image. Customers hated it so much that sales dropped by 20% in just a few months. The company lost nearly $30 million before rushing back to the old design. Even IHOP had its moment in the spotlight with the IHOB stunt, temporarily changing its name to advertise burgers. It got attention, sure, but it also left many customers confused and even annoyed. Now Cracker Barrel has joined that infamous list of branding blunders. But what makes this case different is the cultural reaction. The logo became a political talking point. It wasn't just about design anymore. It became another battlefield in America's culture wars. Conservatives called the change woke, while liberals mocked it as lazy. News outlets, late-night shows, and even politicians weighed in. A simple design change turned into a nationwide debate about tradition, identity, and modernity. And the fallout wasn't just emotional. It was financial. Cracker Barrel stock fell sharply, with some analysts estimating the brand lost between $100 and $200 million in value in just days. Investors questioned the wisdom of alienating such a loyal customer base. After all, Cracker Barrel's biggest strength has always been its nostalgia. By modernizing too much, were they risking the very thing that made them unique? But here's the twist. Not everyone thinks this is a disaster. Some branding experts argue that Cracker Barrel is playing the long game. They say today's backlash will fade just like it did with Starbucks when it dropped the words from its logo, or Dunkin', which removed donuts from its name. Both faced criticism at first, but both are thriving now. Could Cracker Barrel be following the same path, modernizing for a digital-first generation while still keeping its in-store nostalgia alive? Cracker Barrel executives insist that Uncle Herschel isn't gone. They say he still lives inside the restaurants, on the menus, and in the culture. The logo, they argue, is just a surface-level change. And they insist this redesign came from customer and employee feedback. People wanting cleaner spaces, brighter designs, and simpler branding. So where does this leave us? Is Cracker Barrel making a smart move to stay relevant in the 21st century? Or are they alienating the very people who made them successful in the first place? That's the million-dollar question. In the end, this story isn't just about Cracker Barrel. It's about all of us. about how we cling to nostalgia, how we react when traditions change, and how companies struggle to balance the past with the future. A logo might just be an image, but it represents something much bigger: memories, identity, and emotion. And when that changes, people feel it deep down. So what do you think? Should Cracker Barrel stick with this bold new look? Or should they admit the mistake and bring Uncle Herschel back to the logo? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll be reading through them. And if you made it this far into part 2, do me a favor. Smash that like button, share this video with a friend, and make sure you subscribe to the channel, because we're going to keep following this story. And trust me, the drama isn't over yet. If Cracker Barrel backtracks, if investors push for change, or if another logo fiasco shakes up the corporate world, you'll hear about it here first. So don't go anywhere, because the story of Cracker Barrel's logo is still being written.